Romance scam, also known as the sweetheart scam or the lover scam, is a type of confidence trick, a fraud involving false representation and building trust, typically for the purpose of gaining financial benefit through a romantic relationship with an unsuspecting victim. In this video, I am going to share with you the most common narrative that they use in scamming people, especially American citizens. I will also share with you how the process normally goes, what are some of the tricks that these scammers use to get their victims, what method of payments do they ask for, and I will also share with you how to avoid it. The most common narrative that they use is this. They pose as someone who works with the United Nations or other humanitarian organizations. They claim that they are in a peacekeeping mission or some other noble cause. These scammers usually have military backgrounds. They pose as high-ranking officers, generals, or even presidents of their country so that they sound very important. They pretend that they are based out of some major cities like New York, Washington, D.C., Miami, etc. But in reality, they are nowhere close to those locations. In fact, they are thousands of miles away in a completely different part of the world. Once they gain your trust and convince you that they are who they say they are, then they start asking for money. They usually ask for money to help them with some sort of emergency or crisis situation. For example, they may say that they need money to help evacuate people from a war zone or to provide food and supplies to those in need. Sometimes they make up stories about needing money for medical expenses or for legal fees. How does one fall for such a scam? Well, unfortunately, many people do fall for it because these scammers are very good at what they do. They know how to build trust and rapport with people. They are very charming and they know how to make their victims feel special. They will shower you with love and affection, praise you and make you feel like the most important person in the world. All of this is done through emails, text messages, or on social media platforms. They will send you sweet love letters, beautiful poems, and promises of a future together. They will make you believe that you have found the love of your life. After they have built enough trust, they will then start asking for money. And when that happens, most people think it's going to be okay because they're in love. And they think they're doing something good by helping out someone in need. They feel sorry for them, and as a result, they become vulnerable to the scam. They ignore all the red flags, and they send money without thinking twice. Now, how much money are we talking about here? Well, it varies. It just depends on what the scammer is asking for. Some people have lost thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars to these scams. The reason being is because these scammers, they keep asking for more and more money. They never seem to have enough, and when they ask for more money, it becomes very difficult to say no because you don't want to disappoint them. What are some of the things that these scammers do to trick their victims? Well, one of the things they do is they will create fake profiles on social media platforms. They will steal pictures from other people, and they will use those pictures to create their fake profiles. They will then reach out to as many people as possible through these fake accounts. They will send friend requests, they will send messages, and they will try to strike up conversations with as many people as possible. Their goal is to find someone who they can build a relationship with. Once they find someone who they think is a good target, then they will start building that relationship and eventually they will start asking for money. Another thing that they do is they will use public Wi-Fi to communicate with their victims. This makes it very difficult to track them down because they are always changing IP addresses. These methods of payment are very difficult to trace, and they make it very difficult for the victim to get their money back. So now that you know what the romance scam is, how it works, and some of the things that these scammers do to trick their victims, how can you avoid it? Well, first of all, be cautious of anyone you meet online who claims to be a foreigner. If they start asking for money, then just say no and move on. Don't bother arguing with them or trying to convince them to change their mind. Just say no and move on. If they really care about you, they won't ask for money. If they do, then they are not who they say they are. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your family and friends so that they too can be aware of this scam. Also, please like and comment below and let me know if you have ever fallen victim to such a scam. Your support helps me to continue making videos that educate and help people. Thank you for watching.